Thank you, Archie, for joining me. You know that there's a lot of Afghans arriving in the U.S. How Tahirih is really contributing with these newcomers? What are you dealing with?
Absolutely. So there are thousands of Afghan citizens arriving in the United States right now. The Tahirih Justice Center is very concerned to make sure that those who are arriving are able to live comfortably and safely, and also to access legal immigration status so that they might be able to get help such as food assistance, housing assistance, health assistance, and the things they need to be able to adjust here. Now, typically, when refugees come to the United States, they are given refugee status overseas. And so when they come to the US, they already have all of those benefits. But right now, because of the emergent situation, a number of Afghans are arriving and they don't have that long-term refugee immigration status. And so Tahirih is now offering our services to try and help those who have either questions or a real need for immigration help. We started a hotline last week, and by calling that number, which you can find on our website at www.tahirih.org, you can learn more about our services and also speak with somebody and involve the assistance of a Dari or Pashto or Urdu translator.
Sounds great. So are you referring to Afghans arriving in the U.S. with humanitarian parole and they have to change status? So you are basically providing legal help, right?
That's right. For those who are arriving and have temporary status like humanitarian parole, the path they need to take is to apply for asylum. Asylum in the US, while it's a very important protection that we offer and a pathway to legal permanent residency and citizenship, it's a pretty complicated type of legal proceeding. One has to fill out an application, prepare themselves to go through an interview, and possibly even talk to a judge. And in order to go through that, we really recommend that individuals, if possible, can at least speak with a lawyer, if not also secure representation by an attorney.
Sounds great. So Tahirih used to work a lot with gender issues and saving women from persecution and other issues. So are you working primarily with women only, or women, children, or families?
So the Tahirih Justice Center does specialize in working on asylum cases and other kinds of immigration cases where people who have survived gender-based persecution or violence can be the center of our, the clients that we serve. At the same time, right now, given the crisis, our hotline is open to anyone who needs to call and ask for help. Usually the cases we will take ourselves for representation will be for women, for children, for others who might have experienced gender-based violence or their families. For those who don't fit those criteria, we will probably help make a referral to another organization that might be able to help.
So tell me, Archie, what is most challenging on your way to reach out these Afghan families and help them settle down? Probably you have faced some hurdles and you have to just move on and continue and reaching your goal.
That's right. I would say that our biggest hurdle right now, there are several. The biggest one we have right now is that Afghans who are entering the United States are all over the country, and in some situations they are being given lodging on army bases. In some cases, they're coming into our communities without a lot of support. And so our biggest challenge has been making sure that we can keep in touch with them, that if they're calling us, that we're able to contact them again and reach them again, that folks feel comfortable speaking with us, even though it's only on the phone. Those are some of the challenges we're facing. In addition, things are moving very fast here in the US. And so while the US government is being helpful in bringing individuals here, we don't have a lot of information really about the status people are being given, or how long it will last, or when they will need to apply for asylum, what their deadline really is. Is it going to be within a year? Is it going to be even sooner? Is it going to be longer than that? So we are also struggling with a lack of information, just like the Afghans who are arriving here. We're doing our best to keep up with the information from the government and get that information to the Afghans arriving as quickly as possible.
Yeah, a lot of Afghans are applying for humanitarian parole, which they think it is faster, the process, but it has its own challenges. And you're covering only Virginia, or also you're covering other states beyond Virginia?
So we are, as an organization, we have 5 offices in Baltimore, in Virginia, in Maryland, Virginia, Texas, and at Georgia, and then also in the Bay Area, like San Francisco and California. All of these locations are areas where we have attorneys and social workers who are able to provide representation to individuals who are seeking asylum. Right now, though, like I mentioned, we have this phone number you can call, and that phone number will allow you to reach anyone. Anyone in the United States is welcome to call that phone number. We also have an email address that anyone in the world is welcome to use if it would be helpful to them as they're trying to get information.
Sure, we will make sure that we give them the phone number. You mentioned briefly about language-friendly services. What is it and how people can help you? And do you have people with language skills, or is volunteer-based that you are seeking help and helping these people who need to who call you for legal assistance?
So we are right now, Tahirih works with a system already that we've used for years now, by which we can, when we answer the phone, if anybody calls us speaking any language from around the world, we are able to quickly secure a translator on the phone. We've been paying for that service for many years. Understanding that the need for translators for the languages that are spoken by Afghan refugees in particular are going to be in high demand right now, we are working with some individuals who are from Afghanistan and are skilled translators. If there are individuals who are skilled, already professional translators and would like to offer their assistance, we would love to hear about that, and we may be able to use your help.
Sounds good. So what's your future plan? Let's say that what is Tahirih is looking, let's say right now you're helping Afghans. What's your future plans? Of course, you're helping with a lot of gender issues as well. And just tell me about Afghanistan. What is your takeaway with all these things happening with Afghan women inside Afghanistan?
So our future plans, if I combine that with this question, our hope is really to make sure that those who have left Afghanistan and who are really afraid to go back to Afghanistan are able to find the peace that they need in whatever country they reach, where they land, and are able to find community, find shelter, and really be able to build their lives in that place so that their children can go to school, so that they can find safety. And for women in particular who might be, and the men and children in their lives who might be afraid for themselves and their own safety, we hope that they will be able to find the safety and peace that they need. If Tahirih can be a part of that journey, then we are very proud and grateful to have that opportunity to help and to be of service. If not us, then we do hope that there are other organizations around this country and around the world that are able to continue opening their doors and continue to offer their support. Right now, we are fundraising here among our peers in our communities. I was last week at several events here in my own hometown where people are really trying to find ways to help. You know, ordinary American citizens saying, what can I do to help? And they want to give whatever small amount of money they can to be able to support Afghan refugees. We are accepting those donations, and so are organizations, hundreds of organizations around the country, trying to offer that support. So my hope is that in the long term, we will create a network of organizations here in the US that are prepared and ready to welcome those who need the help and support that they need.
Sounds great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Good luck with all this work you do. I wanted to another question. Are you anybody from inside Afghanistan or just based here in the US?
So we don't sponsor people from overseas. As an organization, our main expertise is in assisting people who are in the US. We understand that there are a number of other organizations providing that assistance and attorneys who are helping people to either secure status while they're in Afghanistan, to find pathways out, or for those family members in the US who are looking for ways to help their family. There are other organizations doing that work. We, for ourselves, are focusing on the very big need there is right now to provide legal assistance to those seeking asylum who are already here in the US.